Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are enjoying your time. All right, let's get into this voiceover. So I am planning for the week of December 13th through the 19th. So I had like the last two spreads that I had to do, and they're all Christmas spreads. So this kit is from my shop. It is called Santa's Workshop. We released it in 2021, and it's to kind of really tell a story with last year's kit of Christmas night. So I actually end up next week using Christmas night in that in my planner, and I love it because it really kind of tells the story. Here's Santa's workshop, he's getting ready for Christmas, da da da, and then the following week is Christmas, and you've got Christmas night where Santa gets stuck in the chimney. So, the colors work well with each other. So in Christmas night, you have some more brighter colors. In Santa's Workshop, you have deeper colors. So I'm loving it. Loving it. So this is going to be one of my last voiceovers that I'm going to attempt to do. In the year 2022, I am wanting to do more talk-through videos. A lot of that is just because voiceovers do take so much time because you film them and then you have to bring them in, and I obviously speed them up. But then I have to do like all the talk through. So it does take some time, and I'm trying to be very specific about how my time is spent. So it has to have purpose. And if I can achieve the same thing just by doing a talk through video, then there's no sense in me doing a voiceover. So my goal is to actually start pre-planning a lot of things and showing off like the kits that I'm using, and then in my group and on Instagram I will show you like more specifics, so like the character stickers that I use and things like that. So you'll be able to do that. And it's not like completely set in stone. I'm sure there's going to be voiceovers that are just going to have to happen, either because things are just too noisy happening, or I just was not able to get to a video and it's just easier to do more back planning. But so far my goal is to actually like start doing a lot of this pre-planning, so that it's when the week comes, it's literally I'm planning as I go. I'm laying down the things, I'm filling in the white space that is still there, and all of that. So this kit had 2 double boxes, which I thought was amazing. I don't do that all the time. If there are a couple of scenes, then I will. This one specific, I needed 2 scenes for. I wanted the outside that showed Santa's workshop in a big red barn with like a farm truck, but I also needed to have the inside. So I needed to have the inside to show that Santa's workshop actually works, but I needed the outside to show that, you know, he's like a hard-working man. He does it. So getting into it on Monday, so I'm kind of changing a little bit from what my norm is, putting a double box there at the beginning of the week, and then I put the second double box at the end of the week, and we started off with seminary. So in 2022, this planner is becoming mainly my shop planner, things that I do in the business, things that I don't mind sharing on Instagram. So if there's still like stuff that I don't want to share, I'm not going to put it in that planner. But my new 7x9 is going to be my shop planner, which means things like seminary are not going to be in there anymore because they don't pertain to the shop and they pertain more to my kids' memory keeping. And so I'm doing 52 weeks again, but it's also going to be my kids' memory planner. Well, I should say my family memory planner. So oldest son had to go to seminary, had to do a mail drop that day, marked it with some, mail stickers from La La Land, 3-spot checklist. I needed to work on emails. We had a washi delivery that day, so I was like looking out my window because delivery people cannot find my house. They really just can't. We have no numbers on the house, and we have a piece of wood at the end of the driveway leaning up against a tree that shows the address. It's really, really bad. I hate it. Obviously, this is a rental house. This is not how I would do things. Our final house is definitely going to have the numbers everywhere, because that's, yeah. So, and then my husband had to take the car to go get inspected, so that we could register it. We also, since that was his day off, we also went and did a Costco run, marked that with a sticker from Sweet Avis Paper, and then I went ahead and I decided to track the food we were going to eat this week, and that evening we had Korean chicken. It was actually pretty decent. We got it from Costco, so, they didn't have any samples out, so it was kind of like, let's go on an adventure. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. And it was actually pretty good. All of the kids ate it and said that they wouldn't mind having it again. So, Tuesday the 14th, I had to emails, reports, and put in my application for TPC. And then it was a print and design day. So, I did work on a few designs that I needed to get done, but it was mainly a lot of printing. And I try to, do two things at once. So if I'm printing, I'm trying to do, some designing. And then if I'm not, or if I don't need to do any designing and I have a stack that can be cut, I try to do some printing and cutting at the same time. It's not perfect, but it helps. It helps. So, I did mark that print and design session with a sticker from Pumpkin Paper Co. Put the not going to be hangry down at the bottom. We had pizza that evening. There was horse lessons for my daughter that evening, and then my children had Taekwondo that evening. And they were actually getting prepared for their belt testings. So, I'm not exactly sure when belt testings happened. Yeah, it's just before Christmas is when belt testing ended up happening. I just turned the page to look. So, mark that with a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. And then mark that I also had to do a Facebook post. Moving on to Wednesday. That morning was the last day. No, it wasn't the last day of seminary. But it was the final exam. So, oldest son had to go to seminary. He got his final exam done. So, first semester is completed. Marked out with a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. Just a little tiny cute one. I have a lot of the little tinier ones, and I'm really trying to get through a lot of my stash of just character stickers and stuff. I will always love the Coffee Monster Co. Those will always be in my stash. But there's also other ones that I really need to start using that I don't particularly love. But they're in my stash and I just need to use them. So, put down a half box and marked some me time. So, I went ahead and did my nails again that day. I am absolutely loving doing my own nails. It has been something, normally I just go to a salon and get them done, but geez, that stuff is so expensive, and I get it. I'm not going to complain, we all have to do it, but when they chip or they fall off or the polish, doesn't even stay on for longer than 3 to 5 days, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I can justify this expense. So I started investing in my own nails and started doing them, and I've absolutely loved doing that. I am a nail biter at heart. Have been since I was a little kid, and this has actually curbed a lot of my nail biting. Because they're dip nails, so it's a little bit harder to bite through that. Just a little bit. So, put down, so I marked that with a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. as well, and put down my 3-spot checklist. I needed to balance books that day, pull reports again, and pick up mail. And then when we went to go do the mail, we decided to stop off at Sam's Club, mark that with a sticker from Happy Daya, and we had Chipotle that evening. It's been a while since we'd had Chipotle. It's not a place we go to very often, around here. So we all were kind of feeling it. My kids love the like build your own taco plate. My two younger ones, they love that one. And then obviously my two olders love big old burritos. So we did that. And then Thursday, seminary again. And even though he did his final exam, they just had to wrap up the last couple of days. So, and they just kind of played games and all that fun stuff. Put 3-spot checklist down. Had to work on emails. Oh my goodness, why am I having such a hard time? Emails, cutting subs, and finish planner covers. Oh my goodness, the whole cutting subs. So this day, when I woke up Thursday, ended up not being a great day. So we totally did not pay attention. Okay, I'm a Pepsi fiend. I love Pepsi. I have to have a Pepsi every morning. It's my morning coffee, okay? We didn't realize that we had ran out. My husband took the last one. I didn't have any Pepsis left over in the morning, and I had a very long day of work. I was like, well, you know what? Maybe I'll just be good, and I'll, I have other drinks in the house that I can use. They're not caffeinated drinks, but I should be fine. Yeah, I wasn't fine, guys. I wasn't fine. So I went to go check on the chickens and get them out, and they had a whole bunch of eggs for me. And I bring them in, and I'm trying to balance, and I had 5 or 6 eggs that I was balancing in 2 hands, and I've got tiny hands, y'all. And I went to go set them down. One rolled, and they all just fell, and I ended up breaking 3 eggs. 3 of my chicken eggs. So mark that with a sticker from Wobot and Friends, and that really did kind of solidify that the day was not going to go the way that I planned. And that brings me back to up to my 3-spot checklist. I started cutting subscriptions that day, and the fight started to happen with the cutting machines. And I'm a pusher through. I push through anything. And while I wanted to get the subs out earlier, that just didn't happen. But I still got them out before, by the time my calendar said that it was going to happen. But anyways, what normally takes me 3 days to cut took me 7. So that's how many days of fighting machines I was dealing with. So after all of that, fighting with the machines, breaking the chicken eggs, and now having a headache, which I didn't mark, I went ahead and I went upstairs and I took a nap. It wasn't very restful because apparently when I tell my kids, hey guys, be quiet, I'm taking a nap, they decide, oh, hey, mom's taking a nap, we have to scream and we have to fight. Mark that with a sticker from Grin and Barrett, and we had spaghetti that evening, which was awful because apparently the last time we had spaghetti, my son decided, oh, we're not going to use a full box of spaghetti, but I'm going to leave just enough in there for one serving just to trick mom. And I thought we had plenty of spaghetti noodles left. And yeah, that wasn't the case. I was not a very happy camper on Thursday the 16th. So I went to bed and we started over on the 17th. Oh, let me tell you, that evening we went and got some Pepsi because I was not going to have another day. Wake up on the 17th, it's seminary. So husband and son go out. My husband takes him on days that he can. So seminary, emails, close PR apps. So we had PR apps that were open, and then pull another set of reports because what I had and what my report said were not matching up. So somewhere along the line in the export, something got cut off. So I had to pull reports again. Needed to print and pack orders. Mark that with a sticker from Kina Prints. Went and did some shopping because I was like, I'm done. I need to go. Went and did some Christmas shopping. It was movie night. That was also the night that my husband went out with some of his local coworkers. One of his coworkers was getting married, so it was quote unquote a bachelor party. It was not even close to a bachelor party. But that's okay. So they went out. So we watched Wild Wild West. Probably not the best movie. We only got about halfway through. But we did eat out that evening. And kept to our normal Friday stuff. I do not know what's going on with my throat. It's horrible for a voiceover. Horrible. So put the double box down on the weekend because that's what I love to do. See, that Red Barn just just has me. I would love to have a classic red barn. Like, that is one of my goals. If I could have a classic red horse barn, like, I'd be one happy camper. I think my daughter would be too. So, because she's loving that. And then Saturday the 18th, I had finally signed up because I wasn't going to be able to do it during the week. So I signed up for an Orange Theory class. So this was my introduction class at 6:30. I now have a membership. Unfortunately, I've not been able to get to a class because every time as it happens, one of us is just not feeling well. And my philosophy in the house is that when one of us is not feeling well, we're all not feeling well. So we really kind of just hunker down. And it's been this slow moving where it starts with one, and you think by the time their symptoms start to fade, then another one adds on. And then when their symptoms start to fade, another one adds on. And then the symptoms come back for another one. And it's just like, and it hasn't been anything horrible. It's just been long ranging. Like, we haven't had any of the other symptoms. So we are good. It is not what everybody thinks it is. That we are confirmed and know. But it's still just, it's the winter time, so everything's going to come back. So we're all just hunkering down at this point. But I did enjoy my Orange Theory class. Marked it with a sticker from Fox and Cactus. We did have to clean the church that day. Laundry needed to be done, and I had to pick the PRs. And then my children had their D&D sessions, and I marked that with a sticker from my shop, a little dragon playing Dungeons and Dragons. And then had to grocery shop that evening. Obviously, none of the sickness that we've had has happened through this week that I'm talking to you about, or Christmas. So, it's all just been New Year's. The shop has been closed, so it's been really, really great, I do have to say. Marked that with a sticker from Stick with the Planko, and we had chicken adobo that evening. On Sunday, had to work on emails, put the shop in vacation mode, and we wrapped presents that day. Church was that day, so I went ahead and grabbed a script sticker and did a sticker from Happy Daya. So, for this, normally my Sundays are very, very laid back, but for some reason this Sunday was like just kind of packed early on, and then we get home from church and stuff, and then it's almost time for us to go to bed, and we remember that we're supposed to do our Christmas photo. So my husband is very much a lover of Christmas and wants to do Christmas photos every year. I hate dressing up and having to shop for everybody and get everybody to do these nice poses. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just make our Christmas card. You want a Christmas card? Okay. Well, our last year's Christmas card was absolutely epic. I'm not dressing anybody up ever again. We are going to do funny type Christmas cards. That's what we're going to do. So we all got into our pajamas that we bought. The kids wrapped us up. One of us had an apple in our mouths. The other had an orange. We had the dogs there. And it was all about the kids, wrapping up mom and dad and taking over Christmas. My daughter had a little checklist, and we got that. We were supposed to do this Christmas photo a month ago, before Thanksgiving. Yeah, it happened the week before Christmas, and we got Christmas cards, and we sent them out on Christmas Eve. So that's kind of how we rolled that day. So I marked that with a little sticker from my shop, and then marked that it's an early night and that we had burgers that evening. On to the sidebar, obviously, shenanigans. And trying to figure out the sidebar. I think I've been playing around with what I need to actually include in a sidebar for this upcoming year's plan with me's and stuff like that. And I think I might have it pretty solid, but we'll see. We shall see. So on Monday, the random kit pull sales started. So I marked that. Tuesday was paying bills day. Wednesday, I worked on planner covers. Thursday, I had a headache. So that was the day that I broke the chicken eggs, and that I didn't have my Pepsi in the morning, and all of that. So definitely had to mark that I had a headache that day because not a whole lot else got done. Friday was the boys' night out. I told you about that. Saturday we needed to make lumpia. We had chicken adobo that night, and we had the missionaries from our church over, so we were like, let's go all out. So we made lumpia, and then Sunday is always a prep day. That little quarter box, I just marked 1 week till Christmas, and then channel surfing, I did Station 19 and Yellowstone. So I hope you love this, and you guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.